I've already turned my oven on to 350 degrees so we can get that preheated while we were making this. To my KitchenAid mixer, if you don't have a KitchenAid, that's perfectly fine. You can do this by hand. I have one, so I'm going to use it because I feel like being lazy right now, and I don't feel like mixing this by hand. So, I'm going to add 4 eggs to the beater bowl, or to the bowl of my mixer. I'm going to add my brown sugar and my white sugar, and I will put all the quantities down in the description box. I am doing a full recipe because I'm going to be making a proper carrot cake. If you want to make a half a cake, that is perfectly fine. Just divide the ingredients by half. And the full recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups of vegetable oil. And I find that to be a lot. And it also makes the cake kind of heavy. So I split it up to use 3/4 of a cup of oil and 1/2 a cup of applesauce. I don't know, this is as much applesauce that I have tried with this recipe. I don't know if you could use more applesauce and less oil. I'm sure you could. If you give this a try and use all applesauce, let me know how it comes out in the description or down in the comments. Get that in there. And now I'm just going to mix this up. And I forgot to put my vanilla in here. So I'm going to do that real quick. And it calls for a tablespoon of vanilla. I'm using the fake stuff. I find that that's perfectly fine. If you have the real stuff and want to use it, by all means go ahead. But I'm being cheap. Alright, mix this back. Alright, so that's pretty much mixed well enough. Now for our dry ingredients. I've already put the flour into a bowl and added the baking powder, baking soda, and salt to this. And I'm going to try adding this while it's mixing so I don't get a big dust storm. So I made kind of a mess. No big deal. It cleans up. Just going to scrape the sides of the bowl down. Like so. Woo. Got batter flying across the kitchen. Alright, now for our flavoring / spices. It's very simple. My tablespoon's wet, so I'm going to use a teaspoon. 3 teaspoons or a tablespoon of cinnamon. That's all the spice that we're going to throw in here. And looks like we're running out of cinnamon, but we will make do. That's good enough. Alright. Give this a quick mix. And, oop, didn't want to do that. There we go. Scrape the bowl, sides of the bowl down again. And now I'm going to add, oh, got batter on my hands. Now I'm going to add our carrots. 3 cups of carrots is what the full recipe calls for. I put these into a food processor to mince them up very fine. You can grate them with a box grater or a hand grater, that's perfectly fine. You just want them in small pieces. So I'm just going to put that in there like that. And 3 cups is, I want to say maybe a pound of carrots. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. I'm just going to turn this on and mix it slowly. Alright, and that is the batter for your carrot cake. Now I'm going to prepare a pan, and I'm not going to show this on camera because it's pretty self-explanatory. You want a 8-inch or a 9-inch cake pan, and you want to grease and flour it, and then divide this batter in half so you bake half, basically so you have 2 cakes. And I'm going to do that off camera, and when this is done and out of the oven, I will show you what it looks like. So I got both cakes done, and the first one took about 35 minutes. The second one took about 40 minutes at 350 degrees. I went ahead and turned them upside down onto plates. Actually, this one onto waxed paper, so it'll be easier to pick up when I go to frost these. But yeah, that's all there is to making carrot cake. If you want to go ahead and frost these with cream cheese frosting, you can by all means do that. I'm going to do a separate video showing how I decorate these, or used to decorate them for the diner that I worked at when I made these for a living. So yeah, I think that's the end of this video. Stay tuned for the decorating video, and I will put a link to that in the description box. So there you go, carrot cake.